You're going to want to join me if you're struggling with depression, anxiety, addiction, abuse aftercare, grief, loss, empty nest, career loss, career upset, career you're not happy, relationship you're not happy, run the gamut. Our adventure today kicks off season 2 with snow over water, breath over chaos, choosing play over pain, and to stop performing for love and start embodying it. We take a trip up to the Yuba River area and explore that and take a winter hike, and I sign myself up as my own VIP client. Welcome to my channel, This Way to Bliss, where I hike and explore, car camp in my hybrid SUV, and heal through nature. One smell, one breath, one hop, skip, hammock, ride, and step at a time. Hi, I'm Candace J. Frazier. This is my story about growing through grief instead of giving up, resetting my nervous system and breaking my addiction to chaos and confusion. Out here, I found the strength to keep going and the first sparks of balance, bliss, and freedom. I have so many adventures to share, so please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. It really helps us out. Hello, fellow transcenders. In the last episode, Metamorphed Awakening from Survival, we chased sunsets over suffering, and we created our dream life by alchemizing heartbreak with art and nature. As we began to metamorph through a continual unfolding, transcending pain by living in the lesson, not escaping it. If you missed it, it's linked above so you can check it out. From my hilltop at 1,400 feet, I watched the Sacramento Valley stretch out below, headlights tracing their paths home as the sun melted into gold and indigo and these beautiful pastel blues. It's just a week earlier I'd been on the floor, sick from food poisoning and a severe shellfish reaction that brought me to my knees. And it was in that moment, that night, that I made a quiet vow to just let it all go. The fear, the grief, the weight of everything I couldn't control, so I could return to empty, so love could finally fill the space again. January 2022 marked a turning point. 2 years earlier, my divorce had been finalized, but for some reason my last name never got legally restored. A reminder of the cognitive fog and executive function struggles that come with trauma and brain injury. Still, I showed up. I paid the money, took my name back, not because it was easy, but because I was ready to reclaim me. Healing from complex PTSD and being autistic ADHD isn't linear. It's sensory overload, shutdowns, routines you crave but can't sustain, and days when your brain says, go, 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 while your nervous system whispers, abso-freaking-lutely not today. But up on that hill, I realized even chaos has rhythm. The lights below, the motion, the stillness, all mirrored the balance I was learning to create inside myself. That awareness guided me to heal the layers beneath, the wounded inner child, the bruised ego, the disorganized attachments, the fractured psyche from decades of complex trauma. And that's when I remembered the promise that I had made to myself at Mount Shasta in March of 2021. I was done giving up and living afraid. I was becoming a no-fear self-love pioneer, someone brave enough to rescue herself, to choose love over survival, grow through grief instead of giving up, and build safety from the inside out. True awakening isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about befriending what's hurting, rescuing yourself, and learning to love the one who lived through it all. January 8th, I got my first hike of the year in, and my nervous system exhaled. Well, minus the dirt bikes, but this is dirt bike wreck area. About to hike down there. When life feels numb, go microscopic. Texture and color are doorways from survive to now. Healing has taught me presence. You see, when I zoomed in here on the moss, the soil, the pine needles, I saw life rebuilding itself quietly, piece by piece. Nature became my nervous system reset and a mirror for mindful awareness. So whenever you're dissociated or anxious, remember the simplest act by noticing texture, color, temperature brings you back into your body. And will be much needed if survival chemistry of cortisol, adrenaline, and inflammation has been running the show. While observing this beautiful sunset, I realized that alignment had become my medicine. Peace and presence was my new pattern, and it was pleasurable. Finding inner peace in the fallout of complex trauma while also being autistic with ADHD is really challenging. It is really hard to find that inner calm when you have the constant barrages and warnings of formulating an escape out of nowhere, and you're just sitting there trying to enjoy a sunset. But there's something about being in sunsets, it just makes me smile and it brings me home to myself. I hope it does the same for you. A few days later, I had to go play in the snow because healing isn't all about shadow work. Sometimes it's snowmen, snow angels, snow forts, and laughter. Building this snowman reminded me that play isn't a luxury, it's medicine. When we give our inner child permission to play, we give ourselves permission to live again. Play is therapy. Laughter is breathwork in disguise. Go build a snowman, be a kid and have fun. Let go, play in the snow. If you've never experienced Crystal Basin Recreation Area, I highly suggest checking it out. There are so many places to explore, so many places to play, and that's what we did this day. And what I realized while watching that river flow is regulation is repetition. So as I kept returning to water, cold air, and open sky, I was regulating my dysregulated nervous system. How amazing is that? And it was free. The more time I spent outside, the clearer I felt. I didn't have to chase belonging. I already belonged in this moment, to this moment, with this moment. So if there's something you want to let go, drop it in this river and watch it float away. Alignment isn't a thought, it's a frequency. Every choice moves me toward peace or away from it. In this moment, I'm just having fun zooming in and out on the sun and watching the different rainbow patterns that it's casting off and watching how the sun is sparkling on the crystals of the snow below. It was so mesmerizing and so grounding in this moment, even though I don't really like being cold, but it was just so beautiful. Nature doesn't rush transformation. Pressure and time make art. As I sat here observing these ice crystals and just the different shadows and reflections, I felt myself calming even more. And that's the magic of nature when you're in this observe mode. You're detached from all of the stresses and you're present with what is right in front of you right now. I encourage you to take a breath and look around you and see what's present right now that you're grateful for, that you can appreciate. We moved to another spot right here, and as you can see, the road was closed because there was many feet of snow. The original plan was to go snowboarding, but the conditions were not exactly favorable. So we hung out and just enjoyed the area and decided to do some snow sculpting. And if you think about it, the parallels, we sculpt snow kind of like we sculpt reality, with intention, play, and presence. My partner did a really good job on this one. After we finished our snow sculptures, it was time for our next adventure to a lake picnic. Same lake, different season, frozen, reborn, just like me. Proof of life, my face remembered how to glow. By the end of January, I'd learned the rhythm of self-trust. My smiles and peace were more present than my pain and suffering. Each sunset became a checkpoint. Am I acting from fear or from love? Alignment isn't a destination. It's a daily dialogue with your higher self. You have fans. Did you know that you have fans? Fresh air, nature, sunlight, devoted to your bliss. The fans are available to all. To fill your life with joy and more. Fill your cup with a generous pour. These are the fans who will adore you forevermore. If you want to see more wisdom, follow me on Instagram at Wellness with Candace. And my first VIP client, me. So here's what's next. Metamorph isn't just my story. It's a blueprint for yours. I'll be guiding retreats, nature immersions, and courses to help you reconnect, rewire, and rise. And I'll get into that in a moment. But check out the amazing beauty, even in the winter, at this lake that I visit to go for a hike and immerse myself in some nature therapy. I mean, just look at that. Look at that reflection. Okay, as you can see, it is sunset. It is freezing cold out here. California in the winter. Anyway, I just wanted to make this little quick video because I wanted to announce the upcoming book that I'm working on. Title's still in the works, but it will be about intentional and conscious living so that you can overcome any obstacle and struggle that you're facing in 2022 and beyond. So what is it about? It is about creating blissed life. And how do we do that? We get metamorphed. And when we get metamorphed, then we learn how to have mastery of this human body that we've got. And how do we nourish it? How do we move it? How do we breathe into it? How do we sit with it? And all that other fun stuff. You're going to want to join me if you're struggling with depression, anxiety, addiction, abuse, aftercare, grief, loss, empty nest, career loss, career upset, career you're not happy, relationship you're not happy, run the gamut. Any life skill that you need to improve upon, Bliss Life Coaching is going to address that issue. And so I know you can't really see me because it's kind of dark out here. I will be offering online courses, online workshops, and what I call nature bliss retreat experiences and immersion into nature baths so that you can learn the art of being human and using nature as a tool to elevate you to that bliss elevation and really just create a life that you love waking up and meeting and greeting every day. So Candace Fraser here. Look forward to hearing from you, seeing you in my courses and on the trail. Namaste. To get into alignment with our healed and highest version of self requires asking some hard questions. You know, the kind most humans in survival mode avoid like their life depends on it, because it does. Asking yourself these questions are vital for overcoming the victim consciousness and that cycle of codependency, confusion, and chaos. You have to ask, where am I being my own darkness? Where am I hijacking my light with fear and ego? And how can I shift this? Back then, I couldn't see it. I had kept pointing outward until nature began walking me home to myself. Sometimes medicine is silence. It is being in nature, just observing, immersed, bathing in the sounds, sights, and smells. You see, after carrying 5 decades of trauma that had kept me trapped in codependent cycles and chronic illnesses, I had finally found a place to set it all down. Nature. Nature had given me a space to breathe, and it had been slowly walking me home to myself. Through observation of sunrises, sunsets, rivers, snow, rain, all of it, that reflection and the daily acts of self-love and empowerment that I was taking helped me to start healing the patterns that had kept me chasing love, safety, and belonging outside of me, causing more suffering than satisfaction. As the old walls burned away, I opened my heart to the love I was finally pouring inward, reclaiming my inner child, and my fractured psyche, and the life force once frozen in fear. You see, I discovered that bliss isn't something you find. It's what naturally flows when you stop running from yourself and choose to return to alignment. Living in alignment means viewing life through the lens of love. And when I tune into love, hearts show up everywhere. Love is everywhere if you're in the frequency to see it. A heart-shaped rock or a branch cradling the moon, even nature whispers, you're supported. When struggles seem large, I step back and breathe. Perspective turns cliffs into steps. As I continued to enjoy the sunset and the sound of the waves hitting the shore, I realized that regulation here is rhythm. Tied in, tied out. Tied in, tied out.
Wait for it. Bam.
I found myself struggling to leave, to go back home. I kept lingering. I didn't want to abandon myself again. Some scenes you just can't leave. The sound of the frogs, the moonlight, the stillness. I stayed because I felt safe in this silence for the first time. I captured this reflection of a rainbow. The sunset had followed me, kind of like a promise. This is what presence feels like. I just can't get enough of nature. Peace keeps calling me home. Healing looks like flight, awkward takeoffs, rough air, then lift. These two swans on the water show that grace begins with self-alignment. The surface is only half the truth. As within, so without, as above, so below. This was being shown to me. What I water grows. I now choose love. Then surprise, new life, a message from my daughter. Cycles don't just end, they evolve. We rebuild the bridges, welcome new life, and break generational chains through the power of love. Here's the thing, healing doesn't just heal you, it ripples forward. So another beautiful sunset, another chapter with Zizi by my side. I wasn't just recovering anymore. I was learning joy, presence, and peace again. Bliss isn't something you find. It's what you become when you stop running from yourself. Driving home, sunset in my mirror, I could finally see the road ahead. Not escaping life, but expanding it. I began researching vans to find freedom on four wheels someday, because I've seen myself driving this in my dreams. That weekend, as we made our way up to the Yuba River area, our friend in front of us hit a icy patch and started to skid, which terrified all of us because, oh my, eek! Thankfully, everyone was okay, and we made it to our parking spot. The river moved with confidence. That's how I want to move through life. 10 out of 10 recommend hiking here. It is so beautiful. We had some really in-depth conversations about life and the things that we were all going through as we traversed the trail that day. Friends, laughter, a little fear, and a lot of breath go a long ways towards wellness. I closed out January 2022 with Adventures to Hope Valley, where I had first gotten the solo camping bug and enjoyed the snow, the play, the sun, following my heart, immersing myself in nature, nurturing that new connection to my inner being, and really locking in the message, never forget to play. Find warmth in the cold and build beauty where you stand. Plus, I think it's really neat how they repurposed this camping area from the summer into a snow park in the winter, permit required. We finished the evening by a nice dinner around a fireside grill in South Lake Tahoe. If this episode spoke to your heart and you're ready to go deeper, keep watching. Metamorphed isn't just a logo, it's a way of living, to transform pain and be transformed by love, empowering your now.
Are you carrying the harsh instead of the mellow? Namaste Way and Thrive is about releasing negative influences and loving yourself first, so you can thrive and become love instead of chasing it to survive and become the hero of your own story. Gratitude and intention are like sunlight and water for your soul. My appreciation and intention journal helps you start each day focused on joy and possibility by bringing your heart, brain, and beliefs into coherence. Ditch the to-do list and focus on the wins. The Ta-Da Victory Vibes journal helps you celebrate small victories so your confidence compounds day by day. Get started on your 90-day journey today to celebrate your wins, shift your energy, and empower your emotions. Not sure if you're in survival mode? My free guide, 7 Signs You're Stuck in Survival Mode, shows the patterns and how to start breaking free. Ready to reclaim your energy? How to break free from burnout is my blueprint for lasting success without self-abandonment. All of these resources are waiting for you. The links are in the description below.
Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Season 2 begins with choosing me, and I hope you choose you as well. And don't forget to get outside and play, have fun, laugh every day. On the next episode, February's adventures will bring us the Black Swan, where balance meets grace. I head back to the lake again to do some yoga and get interrupted in my peace by a plane. There goes the neighborhood. And I take my inner child on a snowboard trip post-Valentine's Day, and laughter returns.
A kitty is on my head piano.
Yeah.
Hey, now we're kitties. Dun, dun, dun. Now you've got ears on your arm.
Follow your heart. It knows the way. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can traverse the next trail with me. Stay sovereign, stay self-sourced, and remember, your heart is your home.